And then two, I just on Brittney Griner's situation, and I don't think I've seen anything from you on that. And just can you?
And you won't. I'll answer the first one for you.
Dynamite! Yeah, let's get into this. Clap it. We're still talking about Brittney Griner because Brittney Griner's still not home. You know, she pled guilty. She was convicted. She's been sentenced to 9 years in prison for. Vladimir Putin has done way worse crimes than Brittney Griner ever did, and Vladimir Putin's not in jail. Now the Russian government is imprisoning their own people because they refuse to, go to war. But I can't help but think to myself, like, how much coaches benefit from their players. And me, as a person who went to an HBCU, I was always profoundly proud to represent my coach because my coach got it out the mud too. He knows the trenches. But when certain coaches acquire fame and fortune off of players, and that's the only way that they would have ever attained it, there needs to be something that needs to be said on their behalf. So could you imagine being, but something needs to be said. There's something that needs to be said about a coach who made their name off of you. I don't believe Kim Mulkey has won any championships since Brittney Griner. So she can account and attribute her entire career and success to Brittney Griner. But because Brittney Griner is a lesbian and the coach didn't see eye to eye with that, she's not going to represent her. She's not going to speak on her behalf. And this is why HBCUs are so important, because HBCUs, if Jackson, Mississippi hasn't taught us anything, Jackson State hasn't taught us anything, it's taught us that we can get it on our own. From here, you can do it, baby. Come home. You feel me? Come home. You don't need to PWIs. People mad at that girl at USC for making a dance squad so she has her own community. Go off, baby. Let all those cheerleaders and twirler bayonet motherfuckers know they could never. People mad. I couldn't believe people were mad about that. That's a sacred HBC. Shut the fuck up. She made a community for herself. You live in your community and ain't did shit for yourself. But back to this. She ain't gonna speak on it. Let's hear why.
Решают опять прибегать к публичной дипломатии и делать громогласные объявления, заявления о том, что они вот сейчас собираются предпринять такие-то шаги. Это их дело, а даже, я бы сказал, их проблема.
WNBA star Brittney Griner's best chance of coming back to the United States after being convicted of drug charges in Russia may likely be a prisoner exchange. The U.S. has engaged in other prisoner swaps. U.S. soldier Bo Bergdahl was held captive by the Taliban for 5 years after walking off his post in Afghanistan in 2009. He was released in 2014 as part of an exchange brokered by Qatar. In 2016, Washington Post reporter Jason Rezaian was accused of being a spy. He was held in an Iranian prison for 544 days. Rezaian was one of 4 Americans released by Iran as part of a prisoner swap. In 2019, Marine veteran Trevor Reed was accused of attacking police and jailed in Moscow. Reed was returned to the United States in 2022 as part of a prisoner swap for the Russian citizen Konstantin Yaroshenko.
And how would you describe that process of putting that collective group together? And then two, I just on Brittney Griner's situation, and I don't think I've seen anything from you on that. And just can you?
And you won't. I'll answer the first one for you.
The complete dispatching of her with haste. Your whole entire life was made off of that one, as a coach at least, was made off of her. And you don't have nothing to say, even get well, best wishes. I pray for her. Because you met her in Baylor, private school. You would think there was some resolve there. But that's the painful part, right? And there are people who speak on this. Kim has garnered, and it's just not my opinion, right? Let's hear it from professionals in the whole joint. This Twitter user, Queen Igbo, a player that built Baylor 2 national titles and a 40-0 record, yet her former coach refuses to say anything or simply just show any kind of support. Keep that in mind when you choose your schools. That's a message to the parents. That's a message to the parents to, keep it 100. It ain't so much for them to disregard you. You feel me? It's something in their mind. It's something they think about. But and I will say it again, silence speaks volumes. It's been publicly, so let's get into the last half of the article. It's been publicly known that Griner and Mulkey's relationship has been estranged since 2013 as Griner's time at the school was coming to a close. Griner, who is open about her sexuality, has said that it was not because of Mulkey, but that she felt discouraged to disclose her sexuality orientation while at Baylor. Griner, a 7-time WNBA All-Star and 2-time Olympic gold medalist. So she couldn't get no support. She couldn't get no support from this lady, Kim. But Kim was perfectly fine with doing this. So let's talk about Kim and bringing her problematic history of LGBTQ athletes to LSU. When women's basketball coach Kim began her new job in Louisiana State University this winter, she'll be bringing a Hall of Fame reputation and 3 national championships won at Baylor with her to Baton Rouge. So she's never won anything outside of Baylor. To the Hall of Fame, Famer accepted Tigers head coaching jobs, whatever. For LGBTQ players and sport fans, she also be bringing considerable baggage and questions about how she'll handle any potential out athletes on the LSU roster. Over the past 2 decades, Mulkey has exhibited a pattern of discomfort with the topic of gay and lesbian athletes. In the summer of 2021, for example, Mulkey spoke to an Outsports co-founder who asked her simple question, "Have you ever had a gay player on your team?" Her response, "Don't ask me that. I don't ask that. I don't think it's anybody's business. Whoever you are, I don't care to know that." That's a really weird response to have, no cap, as a player, as a coach who might have gay people on their team. She had no problem hoisting this trophy that she helped her get. It's crazy. But you want to know something that's interesting about Kim? She kept quiet about this. But there's other things she's also kept quiet about. And that was the video that I was looking for. There's certain things she doesn't keep quiet about, like her LGBTQ, like her stance on anti-COVID. This was her intro to LSU.
Well, I'm going to take this damn mask off. Because I have a lot to say.
She does know that over 1 million people in America have died over COVID. Disproportionately people that of her age group, right? She's, she'll speak up about things that we know she has no problem speaking up about things she doesn't like. But when the Baylor boys won the championship, the year prior to, the Baylor coach won the championship. And during that stint, this car company owned by this man gave her a car to drive for the year. And then this video came out.
Corvette because of the supply and demand, so we rustled up this Jeep Wrangler. We lifted it up, wheels and tires, put a nice little wrap on it so Coach Scott can enjoy it and go use it to recruit, pull some people out of the hood.
Yeah, and tell me, what was the process of getting this?
Pulling some people out of the hood. Maybe, and this is just me thinking out loud, maybe she has cultivated enough of a tolerance for gays, black people, and other racist bigotry, just enough to achieve her goals in life. Because she had nothing to say about this. She was awfully quiet about that. A joint statement from the directors. We have spoken with Ted Tuja regarding his comments made last night. His remarks do not align with our institution values and our culture of our athletic program. We can confirm we are not accepting the Jeep driven in the parade on Tuesday. As the department, we are committed to recruiting diversity groups of students, athletes, coaches, staffs, all of whom value members of our community. Good on them for, standing their ground on that, I guess. But Kim Mulkey, she's not a coach that anyone, I don't have respect for. And I don't see how, well, I do understand how. Because when you're white, you can fail upward like this. Because she's saying enough of the dog whistle stuff to keep people on her side. And that's disappointing. Send your kids to